welcome back to my channel. If you missed the first part of this video of me drawing Sailor Moon as a sketch, I'm going to go ahead and link that. But if you're just here to see the inking, that's what I'll be doing in this video. So I decided to ink her in purple just because black might be a little bit too harsh for how I'm going with this, kind of like a dreamy looking type scenario. So yeah, I guess I'll just get into it. This is a Prismacolor like .0005 tiny little marker. Not sure if you can see, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and start by the face, I guess. Should I do the eyes first? Yeah, probably. Also, inking on camera, it's kind of, makes me a little bit nervous. Let's see. Wait, first of all, do I need to make any final adjustments? It's alright, I guess. A lot of my drawings change, a good deal in the inking stage because my sketches don't tend to be super detailed. Not quite sure why that is. Maybe I'm just lazy and I know I can fill it in well enough in the inking stage. Okay, not too bad. Nice feathery lashes. It's kind of nerve-wracking as well because if you mess up on the eyes or the face, it's kind of like, well, why bother with the rest of the drawing? But for the video's purpose, even if I make it look kind of weird, I guess I'll just keep going. I guess that's part of why I wanted to do this series, because a lot of the times, if the art doesn't look like exactly how I want it to, I won't finish it. And I'm the type of person who, if I don't finish a piece of art like in the same session that I started it, I find it very hard to come back to it because I'll just sit there and pick out all the things that are wrong with it, which is frustrating. But see, now I have no excuse because you guys will want to probably see the whole thing. So yeah, tricked myself into drawing. Also having to bend my arm in a really weird way to avoid the notebook spiral, and also my microphone, and also my camera, so feels a little weird, but I guess it's okay. Gotta do it. Also, I really want to rotate the paper, but then you guys probably wouldn't be able to see it very well. Hold on, let me just do a little test. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Okay. Well, I guess you already have the, I guess, main idea of what the art looks like, the art piece looks like, so you don't have to see, like, the whole thing at once. Like I said, it's gonna be a bit of an experiment video. Probably should have done some research into how other people film such videos, but once I had the idea and the supplies all set up, I was like, might as well go ahead and film. Not sure if it's just because I'm not used to Prismacolor pens, but seems like this pen is just a little bit dry. Might have to improvise if it starts to die. So I guess at the very least I'll do all of Sailor Moon's like body in purple for consistency, and if I need to switch colors, I guess I'll do her outfit and stuff in another color. okay, that's alright. Oops, gotta do the eyebrow. Okay. Alright, getting pretty close with the face there. Here, give you guys a little bit of a better view. I'm definitely one of those people who likes to erase sections as I finish inking them, so hopefully hopefully as I go you'll be able to see it more cleanly. Again, I'm getting pencil smudges everywhere. Okay. I'm never sure about drawing in like top lips in like cartoony style drawings, because sometimes I feel like it just looks kind of like a mustache. I don't know if you've ever seen like Kim Possible, but a while back someone was like, man, her top lip looks like a mustache, and now I can't unsee it. So that is my fear when drawing. I don't really want to make it look like my characters have mustaches unless they're supposed to. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll just do a little bit over here and in the bangs, and then I'll erase the face. Also, I hate inking hair because I feel like it loses a lot of the fluid motion, at least for me, that it has in the sketch stage, but it must be done. I mean, I guess technically I could just try and watercolor over the pencil, but not really feeling that. Copic markers also hate pencil. They make a big mess of it, so again, my aim is to do with the Copic markers, but if for some reason I don't have like enough ink in the colors that I need, I guess I'll switch over. I lost her ear in the smudge. Let's just make one up. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of detail in the smudge here. Oh well. Okay, that's pretty good. Again, I'm not like 100% with drawing and talking, considering usually I don't even let anybody watch while I'm not talking, so sorry if I start concentrating and forget. Maybe it's just that the paper has texture. Maybe that's why this pen is kind of catching a little bit, because I don't think it's out of ink. I haven't used it that much checking to see if I was still recording. That would be the worst if I thought I was like recording this whole thing, but it turns out my camera had like died or something. That's probably pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and erase some of the face. Also, we'll try and not smudge any of the ink. I think it's been long enough for most of these areas at least, and then I'll give the hair part a second. Now that I'm kind of like sitting over it, there are definitely some parts that are uneven. I'm sitting at kind of a funny angle too compared to how I normally draw, so oh well. All an experiment, I guess. Just have to take me at my word that any weirdness here is definitely partially due to the setup. Okay, that's pretty decent. So here's the face. It's kind of at a weird angle. Okay, not too shabby. Now I've just got to do the entire rest of it. Yay! I try to make all my ASMR videos at least interesting enough that if you aren't there entirely for the ASMR, that it's still like an entertaining video. That's why I haven't done any like, oh, I'm just gonna make noises and not talk type videos. Just in case, you know, you were following my channel and wanted to check it out, but I guess wanted to still be entertained. I don't know. Also, no disrespect to ASMR artists who make, like, I guess they're called like raw tingles or whatever, the videos where basically they're just making, I guess, trigger noises, if that's the correct word. Yeah, just, I like to keep it kind of, so even if you don't enjoy ASMR, you could still get something out of the video. This bun is like completely gone, so I guess I'll just sketch it with the pen basically. This inking is going to come out a little bit sketchy, but I guess at least for something like this, it kind of fits the picture style. Probably the fact that it's on like textured paper helps as well. Let's see. Just making it up as I go along. I feel kind of like Bob Ross. It's a happy little bun. Do a happy little tango over here. And let's do its friend. So, yeah. Don't know how long I was rambling on just now, but my camera did cut out, as I feared. Great. So, did some buns. Just kind of freehanding buns. Sounds kind of funny. Okay, not too bad. Let you see to the camera, but at least it's a little bit better of an angle. Where to next? I guess I'll just go ahead and keep going down this way. I know her chain was pretty delicate, so I don't know if I need to do like individual links in that chain. Also, a lot of the detail in the bodice got smudged, but I guess I'll just go for it anyway. As you can see, I am quite professional when it comes to art. Not okay. Trying not to make these too sketchy, but accidentally made that one like a little bit double weighted, so gotta go back into these ones and make it look somewhat intentional. Yay! I mean, I could sit here and like try and make them like perfectly even, but to be honest, I'm getting already kind of over this drawing. I don't know. I get bored very easily when it comes to drawing. Well, I guess especially because this wasn't exactly like something I'd planned out beforehand. I just was like, let's sketch something and see what happens. Maybe if I make a more deliberate art piece sometime for you guys, I'll I guess do a better job. Probably pretty bad to say, but not that I'm like doing a deliberately bad job. It's just when it comes to all these details, if I don't make them 100% even, that's mostly why. If I was sitting here with like a ruler and stuff, or like measuring out how exactly they need to look, I bet that would be a pretty boring video. So just kind of rolling with the sketchy type theme, I guess. Though I guess the Sailor Moon manga was kind of sketchy as well. Not sketchy as in creepy, sketchy as in not everything was completely like I don't want to say finished, but it definitely had a bit of a wispy line quality to it. It wasn't like hard, thick lines. It was like, I don't know, kind of floaty shoujo style. Also, now that I'm looking at it, her head looks too big for her body, but whatever, we're going with it. It's too late now. We've gone too far. See, this is probably the point where if I was just doing this and somebody, it wasn't like for my channel, I'd be like, I don't really feel like finishing this. So thanks for making me finish art. I mean, I guess I'm making me do it, but I also want to make a good video for you guys, so yep. Oh, that one kind of ends in an awkward place. Oh well. Okay. So many circles. This is thrilling for you guys, I'm sure. If this video gets too long, maybe I'll just cut this part out. I don't know. Just give you like a highlights video. Again, I don't particularly mind filming long videos. Just at the moment, how I am editing them and such takes a long time. And sometimes my video editor crashes, which is always fun. Luckily, I have a wicked Control S habit, so I'm always saving, but there's sometimes where, you know, you haven't done it for a few minutes and like just happen to do like very crucial things in those few minutes, because that's always the way, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do a little bit more over here and then erase this middle part. I'm trying to debate, I know the hair is going to be covering some of the sleeve there, and her hair is kind of silver, but I'm not sure how much I want to show the sleeve through. I mean, I guess I could just kind of go back over it with like a little bit of white pen or something after I ink it or color it. I think that's what I might do. I don't want it to be like, you can't see any of the sleeve just because the hair is going through it, because in the manga at least, it's more like, I guess you can kind of see details through the hair, like it's kind of, not see-through or translucent, but yeah, I mean, it's not like completely colored in. Well, okay. Also, it is kind of interesting that, her sleeves aren't like attached underneath. Like, some angles it looks like they're attached to the dress, but I've definitely seen some, I guess, pictures where she's like lifting up her arms and they're just kind of floating there. But I guess if you're like a princess of a magical moon colony, it's not the most improbable thing to happen that you'd have like floating sleeves. Again, I kind of forget how these go, but we'll just wing it. I know they kind of swoop out. Something like that, maybe? Kind of? As you can see, I did a lot of research before starting this. No, not at all. Just turned it on and decided to go with it. They always did kind of remind me of roses, so maybe that's how it is. I don't think it was just like a straight spiral. Things I should have Googled beforehand. Oh well. I think you'll get the idea either way. I mean, obviously somebody's not gonna like look at this and think it's like Sailor Mars, so probably did a good enough job. Alright, let's go ahead and erase some of the middle area, and then you guys can have a closer look. Also, I feel like there was something in like the middle area. I don't think it was like entirely bubbles. Maybe there's like a little line or something. Also, it kind of looks like a boob window now. So let's just, I made it worse. Alright, how about we just that looks somewhat better. Sometimes I just have to come back and go over some mistakes with white ink. I say white ink, but I mean white gel pen. Whoops. Kind of erased the necklace chain. Well, it was getting kind of lost in there because of the smudging, so. Okay, pretty good. Guess I'll just, hopefully it won't smudge. Please don't smudge. I forget if Prismacolor pens are the ones that smudge after, when I try to like erase. Some brands are worse than others about that. Luckily, I think because it's thick paper, it kind of absorbs, I guess. So we're definitely making progress. A little bit slower than I'd like, but we'll get there eventually, I guess. Okay, where to next? Get a little bit more done on the hair, I guess. Again, I'm kind of scared to do the hair because, as you've seen, this is kind of sketchy, and I would rather the hair be like swoosh, swoosh, you know, like how I sketched it. But what are you gonna do? At least for the side, I think I'm going to do the dress first because I want the hair to be behind the dress on this side and in front of it on this side, just so it's not too matchy-matchy. Maybe I'll go for some fabric folds here. Let's see. I don't want it to be like too form-fitting. It does flare out pretty quickly. Something like that. Just kind of making up folds as I go, so who knows if they even look logical, but just gonna keep going. Put in the bow, which has completely disappeared into the smudging ether, but that's okay. I feel like it wasn't there in too much detail to begin with. It always kind of reminded me of like butterfly wings on the back there. And I think the her mom, I think she had like little wings. They were like pretty simple wings though. Kind of like see-through, floaty wings. I don't know why she had them or if they were just like part of the outfit. So this is the point where it's like, how much of the body do I leave in maybe I'll just like imply most of it with the folds, because it's like, her dress does seem kind of see-through in a lot of the depictions. Let's see. Guess I'll for sure be making folds like around here. And then from there, maybe like this kind of thing, something like that. Camera cut off yet again. Again, if I was doing like a more, not professional piece, but like something that I was premeditated, if I was doing a little bit more of a premeditated piece, I would probably have thought out where the folds were going and not just kind of thrown them in there wherever. But, you know, all in a kind of practice, sketchy way on this one right now. Oops, didn't realize you couldn't see what I was up to. I keep having to like check it, and that's why it took me like a while to realize that it wasn't filming a couple of the times. Yeah. I wish my camera, I think my camera does normally make a noise when it stops filming, but I like turned off all the noises because you know, I'm normally doing ASMR videos, so it can kind of get in the way of that. So I guess before I continue, I'm going to erase some of the stuff in here, just so I can get a better idea of where I want the rest of the folds to go. And also in the meantime, I will erase some of this stuff. Her hair is like completely gone on this side now, thanks to the smudging. Speaking of which, check out my hand. That's where all of her hair went. It went right onto my hand. I think I accidentally made her look a little bit bigger than she is. I mean, it is an empire waist dress, but yeah, I guess it's hard to avoid. Oops, that was a bad line. That was not a good line. Oop. So I guess I'll let you guys see where I'm at right now. There we go. Shoop. Because of how I'm having to film it. I'm sorry I keep complaining about it, but you know when you see something at one angle like this and you're like, oh, that looks pretty good, and then you just like see it at the completely wrong angle and it's like, no, that's what you guys have been seeing this whole time. Well, anyway, let's see what other kind of folds we can get up to. Don't want to make it too ridiculously foldy, but I guess that's part of the like main feature of this dress. Like, it's kind of, I don't want to say Romanesque, but you know, and I don't want to say toga-y. I'm having a hard time finding the words for what I want to describe it as, but or Grecian, I guess that's kind of like a style. My brain is gone. Too much concentrating on the arts. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta do the bow on this side too. I mean, I don't know if you'd actually really be able to see it on this side, but I don't know. It would feel kind of weird if you couldn't see it at all. She's like 3/4, and I didn't really do like a symmetry line down her body or anything, but I mean, if the bow's that big on this side and it's like 3/4, she should be showing like maybe a 1/4 on that side, and getting too technical on myself there. Okay, so let's see. I feel like this part I'm gonna have to do after I get the hair done. I am avoiding the hand. Don't really want to get too detailed on this section yet. I feel like the hand is the next place to go though. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, if you can hear my stomach grumbling, I'm a little hungry, so I might have to take a snack break in a second. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people do like food and like eating noise ASMRs. I'm definitely not going to do one of those, sorry. If any of you had been wanting that, just not my thing really. Though I do think the idea of like the mukbang, the Korean eating shows are kind of interesting. Not that I would do one, but I think it's best left to them. Okay, let's see. Again, don't really have too much of a detail with that, just gonna kind of mimic that one. Well, that wasn't close at all. Oh well. Whoops. Just even it out over there. I mean, it is what it is. You guys know. I have just been winging it the whole time. Just want to kind of match up the line widths, because apparently today I am not being consistent with how I am drawing the lines, thick or thin. I do tend to, after I'm done inking most of it, I do usually go back in and anywhere that needs like more line weight, like, you know, under the chin and stuff, I do typically fill that in. But it's nice to kind of, when I notice it here, just go ahead and fix it a little bit. Alright, let's go arm. Also, her arm now looks kind of out of proportion, but too late, too late. It is very too late. Too late for an important date / ASMR video. Also, it's cool that ASMR videos are getting more popular now. At the Creator Day, actually, I was kind of avoiding saying that I make ASMR videos because it's like, I didn't know how many people would know what they were, and I didn't want to explain it like 100 times. But quite a few people actually were like, oh, I have heard of that, or like, wait, what is that exactly? Or actually knew what it was, so that's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that. Typically, if I'm trying to explain it to someone who has like no clue what it is, I'll say like, oh, you know, it's like story time videos for people to fall asleep to or something, or like calming videos, you know, rather than being like, oh yeah, so there's this phenomenon that sometimes, you know, feels like you're getting a tingly scalp massage. Just because I feel like that can go a little bit weird if people don't know what it is. Also, randomly gave her a fingernail, don't know why. Okay. And here we go, actually committing to where this hand is. Does that look decent enough? I guess it's gonna have to be, because I don't feel like redrawing it now. also trying not to get my shadow all over the art. That was another issue when it came to setting up how my camera and microphone and everything were going to sit, because I kept getting shadows like right in the middle of the drawing, and there is still like a little bit of shadow, but luckily not too bad. The lighting is coming from overhead from like a couple different I guess lighting fixtures, but I didn't want to like bring out the I do have like a little desk lamp that I think I used in one video, and then I was like, yeah, I don't like how that looks. So didn't really want to bring that out and have to draw with that somehow sitting over my shoulder. So it is what it is, I guess. And it looks like I do kind of have to add in her other finger there in the back. Just do it like a little bit. Okay, not too bad. Now for the Maboroshi no Ginzuisho, or the legendary silver crystal, or I believe it was called the Millennium Crystal in the dub. I watched some of the dub as a kid, but I didn't like retain that much. It always seemed like they were playing the same few episodes every time I got it on TV. So a little bit later, probably like 2003, 4, I ended up downloading, well, torrenting if you want to get technical about it, the original anime. Also don't know what this crystal really looks like, but oh well. Torrenting the original anime in Japanese, and that's partially how I learned, was just downloading anime that had not been subtitled and just trying to watch it anyway and picking up words here and there. Yeah, I probably should have looked up how this looks beforehand, but I was about to say, so that's partially why I don't know too many of the English names for things. I'm sorry. I should do more research before attempting videos like these. Oh well. I think most of you know the general Sailor Moon lore, luckily, so it's not like I was making fan art of a completely out there series. But basically, the legendary silver crystal is like, in the first book, they're like searching for it. Luna, the cat, the black cat, is like trying to, they're all trying to get together and like find this crystal, and the bad guys are trying to find it because it's like apparently like a source of power, and there's something, oh wait, that's kind of spoilers. Okay, I don't really want to spoil it for you. Basically though, she's the one who has it. I mean, it's been like 20 years. I think I can kind of spoil it by saying that Sailor Moon, it like comes from within her. That's not, I won't say how it like gets provoked that she comes to find out that she has the crystal. I guess that would be more of the spoiler. But yep, it like came from her, and it actually kind of opens up into like a crystal flower, which is pretty cool. I was kind of debating whether or not to do that, but figured it would be a lot easier to draw it in this version rather than try and do not only a crystal that I don't have reference for, but a crystal that is kind of turned into a flower, and also at like a 3/4 angle. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I guess it's time to erase a little bit more. Let's see, start over here. Whoops. Apologies as well if I ever shake the camera while erasing or something. Whoops. I didn't think about it until just now when I looked over to see if it was still recording, and it was like kind of moving everywhere. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's like she has like no hair here thanks to the smudges. I guess I'll just go back in and redraw it just a little bit before I ink. Like, I'm pretty good at freehanding things, but at least for the hair I kind of want to map out where it goes. Just a little bit. Also, this video is pretty long already. It's like 50 minutes. Well, it will definitely be put into parts then. And by 50 minutes, I meant just the inking is 50 minutes. I think this whole drawing is gonna take like probably over 2 hours. Ooh, depends on how detailed I get with the coloring. Luckily though, because it's like, I'm gonna make it kind of pastel. Okay, so here's what we are working with. Again, I can't really fully show you at the correct angle, but should give you a little bit better of an idea. Just gonna move on here. I kind of want to do like some lacy detail over here. Just moving it so you guys can see it. Well, maybe not like lace, maybe just like ruffles. I want to get some ruffles in here. Just gonna do some freeform ruffles. Always fun to do. For the first layer, and then I'll just keep on going, I guess. Do like some more out here. Okay, not too bad. Then some more, I guess, up here. Okay, that's pretty good. But maybe just, well, the hair is going to be in here, but maybe just like a little bit of a background one. Okay, so we got some ruffles going on, and now just going to connect those ruffles back up into the folds. Sounds weird, but yeah. Definitely enjoy shoujo manga style outfits though, the like princessy ones. Lots of fun folds and lace to do. This is going to be a rather annoying video to edit since I just keep losing the camera feed kind of at random intervals, and then I just keep talking. So fun. I'll probably figure out a better way to film this at a later date. Well, film the style video, but I have to do it for the first time, I guess, at some point, so might as well be now. So you can kind of see the progress. It's a lot easier for me to turn the picture and do this kind of stuff, so sorry if this was a weird angle for you. Also realized because of all these ruffles I'm kind of going to be covering up a good portion of the hair, but considering I was already kind of worried about how the hair was going to look, in the sketchy style, that's okay with me. Speaking of the hair as well, not sure if you've ever seen any of the like very first Sailor Moon design concept sketches, but originally she did have silver hair, rather than like the pale yellow, and certainly not the bright yellow that was in the 90s version of the anime. So I always kind of wished that she'd kept the silver hair, but I understand if her like publishers thought that yellow hair would be more appealing in a manga or anime design. Also, okay, I'm gonna get like super ranty about this, but in the manga, Sailor Jupiter's hair was actually like a pink. It was actually like pink and kind of like with a tint of like brown, like a very light tint of brown though. And when they just made it flat brown for the anime, come on, like why would they do that? It was just one of those upsetting things that I like really nerd rage about. It's not even that upsetting, I just mean like, you know when you gotta nerd rage on something? Yeah, that's one of my things. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let you guys see a close-up. I don't want to go like ruffle overboard, but I feel like that was a fair amount. Maybe like a few more in the background, just like kind of not very detailed. Alright. Let's keep going. So I guess the next logical step would be to fill in this area with the hair. I guess first of all, I should probably clean this up a little bit. Draw in a little bit more of the hair. Back where it originally was, or somewhat originally. I don't remember exactly where everything was, but I can try and get it in a similar place. Unfortunately, drawing with these little guys in the way is kind of annoying. I should have actually cut this out of the sketchbook before I started, but didn't exactly think I'd make it all the way to this side of the page. Okay, not bad. Trying to think if that's pretty balanced or not. I don't really want it to go in front of the dress here, but in front of like some of those ruffles are okay, because those are kind of like background ruffles anyway. So I'm just gonna erase a little bit into the skirt, and then there's not that much to erase. It's mostly just the smudges that I made with my own hand. And then, oops, I didn't realize that I forgot to do like the there is like a little sash coming off of the bow. I mean, you can't really see it that much, but I don't know, I would have felt bad if I completely forgot about it. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, nice. Alright, well, let's get to it then. Just kind of got shavings, or not shavings, but bits of eraser everywhere. Okay, here we go. you can see that. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating, so I'm not saying too much. And, oh, look at that, my battery is flashing. Well, hopefully I can get some of this side done and then take a little snack break, let my camera charge, and then finish up that side of the hair, and then we'll be done with the inking actually. And be ready to move on to the color. Yay! So I guess it won't take me that long to do this piece. It'll probably be like a 2.5 hours or something. Depending on how conscientious I am with the color. If I just kind of slap it on there. Or not. I feel like I could get pretty bored by the time this is done, but it's actually not too bad. Typically around hour 5 or 6 that I'm working on a project, that's when I get really not into what I'm doing. I mean, unless it's something I've been wanting to draw for a long time, or it's something that I like have to finish. Partially why a lot of the art that I do is gifts, like gift art for people, because at that point it's like, well, I have to do it, so there's no quitting if that's my present for the person, you know? I keep checking if the camera's like still rolling every few seconds. Sometimes it feels like when my camera does the battery flashing that it has like 6 whole minutes left to go or something, and sometimes I feel like it lets go very quickly. I hate this part. And I have to like flip it completely upside down just to avoid the spiral. Okay, that's pretty close. Of course, once I erase the lines, I'll be able to tell a lot better where I need to add in some more lines. Just wanted to get a base hair shape in there while I still had the pencil lines to kind of guide me. Again, sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Whoa, look how satisfying that is. Like erasing the smudges. this is kind of what I'm working with at the moment. Definitely need to tidy up the hair, but getting pretty close to finished. Well, with the inking anyway. Okay, so all we have left really is this side of the hair. While my battery was charging, I did go ahead and clean up this area. I put the more defined hair sketch lines back in just to make it a little bit easier on myself. So yeah, let's get to it and finish this line art. Let's see. Just trying to make sure it's in frame. Where to start? I guess I'll go right here. Usually when I draw, I'm like watching TV or something, so it's kind of strange to just be talking. Maybe that's why I was getting a little bit bored of it. Not that I was bored of doing the video or anything, it's more like, especially when I'm just inking over things, the repetitive, just straight line work is kind of draining unless you're watching something. At least that's how I find it. It is a little bit easier with music, I guess, to focus, but I didn't really want to put music in the background. So yeah, different process than I normally work under, but we will see. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn this, I think, to get a better angle. Usually I'm like turning the piece completely upside down like all the time, but for ease of you guys seeing it, I didn't want to get too flippy floppy with it. But I guess it's alright, because you guys know pretty much at this point like what it looks like, just doing the detail work. I feel like the right side of my pictures always ends up looking better than the left. Not quite sure why that is. Maybe because I'm right-handed. Though I'm not that bad drawing and writing with my left hand, actually. I've practiced it a bit. It's like when I draw with my left hand, it's kind of like you can tell I know what I'm doing and like where I'm trying to put the lines. They're just kind of shaky. If that makes sense. It's like you can tell I know how to draw, but it's like the lines just aren't going where they should. Maybe I should do, I guess, kind of like a funny or like challengey type video where I try to draw things with my left hand. I think that would be pretty funny. Also, I'm not sure whether I've ever mentioned that I like to draw on this channel before. I have posted a couple different sketches on Instagram, and I have a Tumblr that I don't update often enough with art and sketches. But yeah, so if you're interested in seeing any of my other work, definitely check out, I guess, first my art Tumblr, otherwise Instagram, and then I have a really old DeviantArt that has like some really, really old bad art on it. Like some decent art too, but mostly really old. I probably stopped doing, like, regularly updating DeviantArt sometime in like 2007. I mean, this was kind of before like all the other social media sites, so DeviantArt was kind of like a pretty big thing, you know, that like me and a lot of my other friends would communicate through after school. Actually had quite a few friends from high school that had their own DeviantArt accounts. I think once, you know, you're kind of out of high school and stuff, and, you know, either doing college or on other social media sites, we all kind of slowly stopped posting to DeviantArt. It's not a bad site, it's just, well, I don't know if they really retain their popularity after a certain point, because a lot of other sites like Tumblr, for instance, a lot of artists moved there because I think it's a lot easier to gain exposure for your art because of the reblogging feature. I mean, I know a lot of people on DeviantArt, when you're like trying to get your art out there, you'd have to actually go into like forum posts and be like, find like a art sharing thread and basically be like, post the thumbnail image there and kind of beg people to go check it out or like comment on it and stuff. Yeah, there wasn't as much of an organic growth of smaller deviant artists. I know like when you like comment on something, occasionally it'll like pop up in the feed thing that they had, but the main way to kind of get noticed on there is either people searching for specifically like what you were drawing, or like going to the new page and like seeing all the new art that popped up. Only if you were like really popular would it kind of be shown on the front page. You could get pretty specific with, like, let's say the category was like traditional media, fan art, you know, all those, and go like really filter down. Then like, you know, if you had, I don't know, like a good amount of comments or faves on the piece, it would kind of rank higher. But even then, I guess at any point after like 2005, it was pretty hard to get your art really seen by a lot of people, unless you had like a pre-existing following, it seemed like. I just remember in like 2004, 2005, I, you know, had a regular, I wouldn't say following, but many watchers who would like consistently comment on my work, and then other people would see it, and you know, you'd get more watchers as a result. But even though I kind of slowed down with posting, it seemed like 2006, 2007, it was a lot harder to get new people to check out my art. Maybe it was just because there were so many more people using the site that the submissions kind of got lost in the shuffle, but it wasn't the most encouraging, especially because, you know, I had improved so much in those few years. It was like, oh, but like all my old stuff was getting so much attention, why don't you guys like my new stuff? But yeah, so getting kind of up there. Just got this much more, and then like the dress to do, and then I might go back in and like make some of the line weights a bit different, but I mean, I could probably do that off camera and then just show the result. Where was I? I was totally rambling for a little bit on that DeviantArt thread. I do kind of like how they called it like watchers, I guess, instead of like followers. I don't know, followers sounds like like a cult leader type thing. I don't know. Oh, I could probably rant on that whole thing for a while, but yeah. Okay. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm up to. Nope, you couldn't. Okay. I wish, actually I had like a display like over here where I could see what was going on my camera at the same time. I'm sure I could rig something like that up, but until now, I'm just glad that I actually have a camera that has like a pop-out display at all, so. I know a lot of people call them like viewfinders, but then I've seen people like getting mad like, that's not what a viewfinder is, so I don't know what the correct term is. Okay. Also, I find it interesting how in a lot of like anime styled like hair, how only so much of it, like so much width comes from like the top of the hair, but it gets like so poofy and flowing at the bottom. So if you see it being like super poofy right here, trust me, that's like how it looks in a lot of art. I'm not just like making it poofy for no reason. Maybe it's like, I don't know, thinner down here or something. Maybe that's how they get away with doing it. I mean, it makes minimal sense anyway, this hairstyle, but if we're talking about how like the pure volume gets spread out, makes even less sense. Okay, getting a little distracted up in the bang area, and back down we go. Not really sure how I want to bring this, because a lot of times I like sketch out the hair, but because of the way like the hair segments work, like when they twist, it's like one of them has to go like behind the other. I'm probably not making much sense, but yeah, like see how this section is kind of like on top and then it turns, the hair like turns, so I like put a little bit extra hair detailing underneath to kind of act like it's the underneath part. I don't know, it'll be a lot easier to show in the colored portion at the end. Okay. What if I brought it down a little bit lower? Then I feel like it goes out really far. See how it like it flows this way and then like out, but both of these sections are kind of like going out at the same point, if that makes sense. Maybe I think I need to like make this not go out so much at all, and then maybe that'll help. In case you totally thought I had a plan, surprise, I did not. That's a little bit closer to being balanced. I don't know. You can kind of see what I'm saying though. Don't want to make it like floof out at the same point on both sides. Well, it's kind of too late for that, I guess. Just gotta keep going at this point, I guess. Maybe a little bit like that. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna do it live. See, again, I feel like issues like that where it's like all balanced or off balanced, those are things that I would have worked out during the separate paper stage when I'm like tracing it onto another piece of paper. I'd be like, that doesn't look entirely balanced, and then like probably flipped it over and double checked. You ever do that with art? I don't know if you draw, but like, have you ever taken a photo or like a drawing and like flipped it over like horizontally? Sometimes it looks so bad, but it's a great way to check if like you're keeping things balanced in the picture. Sometimes it is a little demoralizing though. It's like, oh, I've been working for so long and it's really that bad. That looks a little bit better. I feel like that's getting there. Well, this is not going to be perfect, by the way. So, just going to keep pushing through it, I guess. I did a few pieces for Inktober that you can see on like my Instagram and stuff. I say a few, I mean 2. Well, technically 3, I guess. There was like a little mini comic, and then one sketch of Vampira, and then I did like a line art of a cat, girl, witch, something thing. I don't know, I was just messing around. A lot of times, I just sketch because I get like bored of the idea and I don't want to ink it or color it, but I'm trying to make myself at least get to the ink stage, you know, because I did mention that my pictures change a lot during the inking stage. Well, not a lot. This one was pretty simple, but on like more action pieces or like more detailed pieces, they will change a lot in between the sketch and inking stage. This one, her outfit was pretty simple, and it's not like she had a very complicated pose or anything. Or so, as I was kind of saying before I got cut off, again, this is going to be annoying to film or to edit, but during the creator day, it was kind of hard to describe what my channel was actually even about, because I started off doing videos about how I dyed my hair, because a while back I had posted pictures to Tumblr whenever I would re-dye my hair, and kept getting questions for how I dyed my hair, and like I'm by no means like trained or anything when it comes to hair, so it was just a lot easier for me to film a video of the process. And I filmed a video of it like a long time after I'd been posting regularly on Tumblr. I was finally, at one point did like kind of like a photo set tutorial, but again, it was kind of hard to show exactly what I did and describe it, so just decided to film a video. And then pretty much since then, anytime I change my hair, if I don't accidentally delete the footage, that is, I post a video about the process. It's cool. I like to go back and see all of the different colors that I've had, but the main point of this ramble was that I don't know exactly how to describe my channel, because I started out doing like hair videos, and then I have random vlogs, and then, you know, nerdy things, and then recently I've been putting a fair amount of ASMR on this channel, but I still want to keep it entertaining enough, so if you aren't specifically here for the ASMR, you might still, you know, get to see something cool. And yeah, I kind of just post whatever I want to post, and I can definitely tell that makes people mad sometimes, because they probably subscribed for one thing, and then I just post whatever, and they're like, well, I see that in my sub box, and I don't want it to be there. It's kind of funny sometimes when I haven't posted a video for a while, and then I go to post one, and I see my subscriber count dropping. It's kind of funny, because it's like, oh, alright then. Don't post for a long time, gain subscribers. Do post, lose subscribers. Alright. That's how it's done. No, but I have a feeling it's just because they subscribed for probably one type of content, and like for when I did a whole bunch of the Pokemon videos in a row, I could tell some people were not really here for that, so whoops, sorry about it. I did think about making like a second channel, I guess, for ASMR type videos, or like you know, putting only my vlogs on a different channel, but I don't know, this is my channel, like I can post what I want. I mean, sorry, but yeah, I don't really want to go through the mess of trying to have a second channel and stuff. So at least for the time being, I'm gonna be posting everything to Dinabinachama. Okay, just gonna do some little folds here in this corner and then erase the rest of the pencil and we will be done with the line art anyway. Yeah, so this ended up being a pretty rambly ASMR, I guess just because it's so long and there isn't anything like specific to talk about. I don't mind though. I mean, I hope you guys don't mind either though. Maybe I'll do some sort of like a Q&A type video to answer during my next one of these, assuming that I make another art video. I mean, I probably will, but again, on the same vein of you know, I kind of post everything to my channel. I want to space out the type of content, so like maybe I'll do like, I definitely have another Pokemon card video in the works. Going to be doing a how to create your own Pokemon card deck from scratch, so that's already in the works. But I want to I don't really want to put 2 ASMR videos like back to back. I already did one that I just uploaded, but it was kind of a short one and it was a Pokemon themed one, so I guess I'll space out the Pokemon themed ones just in case they're not your thing. I also have some kind of vlog style videos. So I've been filming my cat and my mom's cat for a while now. It sounds kind of weird, but I've always wanted to like kind of introduce them in a video, but as you might imagine, cats are very uncooperative models, so it's taken me a while to get a bunch of I guess good footage of them. But yeah, that's also coming up. Just trying to make sure I space everything out so people don't get too bogged down with a certain type of video. Trying not to shake the camera. It's perched pretty precariously. I'm also not exactly sure how I want to do the thumbnails for this series. I mean, usually for the Pokemon ones, I kind of, whatever I'm like opening or playing in the case of the Let's Play, I'll kind of just like hold it up and take a picture because, I don't know, at least if it has me in the frame, it's kind of like recognizable that it's a video from me. At least I hope so. And then it's not just like, oh, here are cards. It's like, oh, it's me opening the cards or whatever. But for this one, I didn't exactly think to take a photo of me with the sketch, you know, when it was still a sketch. Because I will be splitting this up into videos. I don't want to give you like a 4 hour long video. My computer would die. So yeah, I might just have to see, then I don't want to do like a picture with me in it tomorrow with like it completely done and then you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. just kind of like written on there. So maybe I don't know, I'll just take like screenshots from each of the video sections or something. I'll have to figure that out. Luckily, well, luckily or unluckily, I will have a little bit of time to figure it out before I actually upload them, because these ASMR videos take a good amount of time to edit and upload and render and process. I'm not sure if you know or can tell, but I always shoot in 1080p at 60 frames per second, so the video files themselves can get quite large, and then when I'm actually editing them, because I have an external microphone, and often, especially in this video, I kind of get like cut off, or the video feed cuts off, so I have to, and you know, my microphone is still going, so I have to then go back in and like kind of play the microphone track and the video tracks at the same time, and like find out where I started and stopped, and kind of chop the audios up to match each other. So I mean, it's not a difficult video to edit, they're just kind of tedious. And then because at the moment I am rendering and editing on my Surface Pro 3, which does not have like a separate graphics card, it just has like an integrated one. It's not exactly the fastest at rendering. Most of the time I try, and if I have like a series of ASMR videos that are like 30 minutes or so each, I can usually edit one video in the morning, and then it like renders nearly all day, and then I edit one before going to bed, and then it usually renders by the time I wake up. So I mean, it definitely takes a while. I'm just going through and fixing up some of the lines so it's not so equal. Like I kind of want the dress to be in the background, so I'm making the hairlines a little bit thicker and smoother. Well, I'm trying to make them smoother, but sometimes I accidentally mess them up a little bit, but hopefully you can't tell. Okay, very nearly done, and I just kind of complained for a few minutes about my computer setup, though I am in the process of selecting the parts to build my own computer, specifically one with a nice graphics card, so I can render videos quickly and also maybe play games. I don't know. I already have a lot of games that I should probably play on the PlayStation and Xbox and 3DS. Okay, that's pretty good. Any other tweaks I can probably just do off camera. I just want to give you guys a good final look at the full line art before I start the coloring process. I don't know if I'll do the coloring tonight or just do it in the morning, because it's already pretty dang late. It's like 2:40 in the morning. Oh yeah. I think I started it though around midnight, because I wanted to make sure there would be no noise interrupting me. Okay, I think, oh wait, no, just kidding. I keep seeing like little spots that I want to touch up before I show you guys. But at this point it's kind of like I just keep messing with it, and I probably should stop before I mess something up. You ever have that with like art where it's like, oh, let me just fix this one thing. Oh, oops, I did something wrong. Oh, well, now I gotta correct it. Oops, I overcorrected, and then it just ends up looking like you shouldn't have even touched it to begin with. As I was saying that, I was kind of doing that right here on accident. Okay, I should just, alright, this is good enough. This is good enough, I think. Okay. Gonna give it a little bit of an erase. And pick up my camera and give you a better look at it. So here we go. Here is the line art. Give you a little closer look here. I like the overall effect of the paper and kind of sketchiness. But now that I'm looking at it at this angle, I'm not 100% happy with the face, but we get what we get, I guess. Got a whole bunch of frillies in the skirt. Overall, not too bad for a spur of the moment sketch and then inking. So I guess next time I see you, I will begin the coloring portion of this piece. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Bye!